Haikyuu is technically a sports anime about high school volleyball. What it is actually about is the specific experience of working very hard at something for a long time and not knowing if it will be enough. Every character in Haikyuu has a ceiling they are trying to push past. Some of them push past it. Some of them do not. The show is honest about both outcomes in a way that most sports anime are not. It does not promise that effort is sufficient. It promises that effort is necessary, that it matters on its own terms, and that the people who went through it together have something that winning or losing cannot touch. That is a more honest argument than most fiction makes about what competition costs and what it gives. I want to make the case that Haikyuu works not because of its volleyball but because of its specific honesty about the relationship between talent, effort, and outcome. Shoyo Hinata and Tobio Kageyama are not the same kind of exceptional, and the show is careful about this. Kageyama is a prodigy who has always had more talent than he knew how to use with other people. His development arc is about learning that his ceiling as a player is lower alone than it is in combination with others. Hinata is not a prodigy. He is someone with one unusual physical gift, his jump, an enormous will, and he has to build everything else. His development arc is about whether will and one physical talent are enough to compete with people who have more natural gifts. The show does not answer this definitively. It shows him getting closer. It shows the work. It does not guarantee the outcome. Haikyuu takes its third-year characters seriously, which most sports anime do not. Daichi, Suga, Asahi, the third years who are playing their final year of high school volleyball, are given the full weight of what it means to be near the end of something you cannot continue. Asahi's arc about losing confidence after being blocked and having to rebuild his identity as a striker is one of the show's best because it is about a form of failure that is not dramatic, just the ordinary erosion of belief that happens when you keep hitting a ceiling. His comeback is not a power-up. It is a decision to trust the people behind him with the pass. Haikyuu loses. Not every team the protagonists like wins. The show follows teams they have developed relationships with through elimination. When Karasuno loses in the spring tournament, the show does not rush past it. It sits with the third years who will not play again. It shows Daichi crying quietly while the others cannot see. It gives the loss the weight it deserves. This is structurally unusual for sports anime, which typically ensure that the protagonist's progress continues. Haikyuu is saying that volleyball, like most of life, does not ensure continuation. You stop at some point. What matters is whether you meant it while you were doing it. The Nationals arc reveals just how many talented teams exist in Japan playing volleyball, and it is humbling for the protagonists and for the audience. Karasuno has been exceptional in their regional context. Nationally they are one of many exceptional teams. The opponents they face at Nationals are not obstacles to be overcome through friendship. They are better in specific ways, and Karasuno has to engage with those specific ways and find responses. This is the show refusing to let its protagonists coast on what they have already built. The Nationals arc is where the argument gets tested at full scale. Haikyuu is on Netflix and Crunchyroll. All 4 seasons plus the 2-part theatrical finale. If you have been avoiding it because you do not care about volleyball, that is the wrong reason to avoid it. Subscribe for more analysis of sports anime that is using sport to talk about things sport stands in for.